sweet peeps, welcome back to one version. We've got a fresh bit of waterfall and doing the waterfalls. About to get this ground all moist, spin our power wheel and allow our beavers to slurp some precious water. So let's get our farmhouse operational, let's get our industrial lumber mill operational, and at least one of our deep water pumps operational. Now unfortunately, that has left us with 0 builders. Oh, it's always the way, innit? It's not the end of the world though. We do need planks for the gear workshop, so we may as well just crank out some planks. To be fair, we could go ahead and pause one of these lumberjack flags. May as well do this one for now. And ye, buddy old pal, devn't be chopping down trees. Ye can bang in some buildings. More precisely, these 3 breeding pods here. And not just that, we're going to get rid of these 2 lumberjack flags and pop 2 more breeding pods on. Then we'll have a proper breeding pod U around the campfire. And you know what? We may only get 1% back, but hopefully that leaves us with at least 1 plank when this is all said and done. 5 logs and a plank! I'll take that! And I'll also make it nice and accessible for our beavers here. Get it all on the edge there. Please pick that up, Builder Beaver. And with that being maximum priority, our Builder Beaver should get to doing that before anything else. Oh, mild floodage. Is this temporary floodage? Does it go away? Why didn't we flood last time? Oh, because last time I preemptively put this down to 0 because nah me and nah that I'll forget to put it down to 0 and flood one bloody district here. Oh, did we connect these together? Oh, for D, at least make sure the good water's gonna do and not the bad water. Crisis averted. We can get back to planting some bloody oaks. That's a very important job. Which leaves us with no builders yet again. You know what? Second lumberjack flag's getting paused. And I believe there's one unpaused over here as well. And they're full, so you're getting paused, laddie. And now we've got 2 builders. We're absolutely flying along here. I must admit, I adore this water level. It could be a bit better, but it's nice and high. Although I have been thinking about how we can improve our water situation here. And it does involve unlocking the brand new throttling valve. That wasn't what I was going for, but yeah, sure. What does this do? A 1-way water outlet with adjustable flow rate. That is what I was looking for. I guess it's now the throttling valve, not the valve. It used to be a sluice. But we've also got a fill valve. 1-way outlet that regulates the downstream water level. Aha! Oh, and the throttling valve takes metal blocks. Nay, good. I was hoping it took the new metal parts, but no, we can't be that lucky now, can we? There's something I need to start doing again, is keeping an eye on these breeding pods. Not immediately though, because we do need some more beavers. We've had a couple more beavers carking of old age, and we're starting to run low on walkers. For example, I would love to have 2 beavers. Ooh, oh, that's because of the flood. I was wondering how water got in here. But I would love to have 2 beavers in here, and 4 beavers in here, and all 4 bloody inventors running. And that's not to mention the 2 beavers to power the bloody cogger shop when that's up and running. But turning planks into cogs isn't all we're doing this episode. We're gonna go ahead and finally, who's our bloody beavers? Beavers, get to building that barracks. 10 out of the 11 of ye beavers certainly deserve somewhere to keep. And I'll let yous decide who the 1 beaver is. And that's right! You have to use the metalsmith to get the metal anyway. You still get scrap metal out the bloody scrap. But it looks like the metalsmith, upon being a cute little building, doesn't require power. So we can plop old mate real casually up here on the other side of the path. Oh, actually, that might interfere with future plans. Let's actually mark out the path for potential future plans. That way we didn't accidentally build anything there. And our metalsmith can get on the edge there. That's a much cuter spot from there, man. Proper filling up the edge. And that is yet another high priority job, beavers. And I'm going to try something new. I always have my very important jobs as maximum priority. And then I usually have my industry as high priority. But that also shares a priority with my high priority 1 district as here. So I'm going to reduce the building priority to medium. Because to be fair peeps, I very rarely actually use these bottom 2 layers here. unless it's bonus builders and bonus haulers. So we may as well start making more use of these bottom 2 workplace priorities here. Oh, and of course we had 3 beavers corking of old age, leaving us with knee grafters in 1 district. Thankfully, we've still got 2 in the industrial lumber mill. They're pumping out as many planks as beaverly possible, and they only need 3 more to get the gears up and running. But we also need some planks. 30 of the fingers to get the metalsmith up and running. And you know what? I think it's time to invest some more in our beavers' happiness here. So let's get our lantern re-outside their new house. And I was thinking as well, why didn't we utilise this little plot of land to have a wee shower for the beavers? That way the beavers can have a bit of wet fur, at least during temperate seasons. Because that's getting paused when a bloody drought or bad tide kicks in. At least until we get metal blocks and we can start getting throttling valves and all of the fancy automation on the crack. And look, there's now worse than moist berries. So we're going to have to invest in a tidy little roof up here for the berries warehouse. Now all of that combined should increase our beavers' happiness and make them a hell of a lot more efficient. Oh, thank you very much for letting you know you've planted all of the kohlrabies. We can get ye paused and get you being actual real-life builders, not just pretendy haulers. And you can see we've got our builder beavers already getting the planks on their back, about to make their way up the staircase to bang in the big old cogger shop. Now, unfortunately, I went too far back because they must stand here and just reach up and go bang! And as much as I would love to make gears now, that would cost 3 beaver workplaces. We're hanging on with 2 beaver builders, and we still need 50 planks in total to build that bloody warehouse. So this drought / hopefully bad tide is going to end up being another slurping out the river tide. But now that we're cog our shops in, we can go ahead and up the priority of all of the beaver happiness and well-being stuff. We can reduce the priority of this metalsmith because it requires all of the things. And after a quick planning powwow round the campfire, the beavers will be ready to come and start banging together some hoosing. The scaffolding's usually solid. Is it not solid on the hooses? Because I was already standing there. I guess it's just not solid in the hooses. Well, let's have ourselves a little bit of an inside the hoose speedy up bit while it gets banged in here by our builders. And I'm assuming, since we started building this, that we've ran out of bloody logs. Unless... oh no, it's a plank. Yeah, we definitely have run out of logs. And that would explain why. See, that's the dangers of speedy up bits, especially when you need to be efficient. You end up being inadvertently deed inefficient. But we do only need 4 more logs, which is only 4 more birch trees. So beaver, get your bloody iron teeth out here and jump down forward, Borchy boys. And then no doubt we'll have a builder coming. Ah, it's not a builder. Here from the bloody planker mill. You know what? We really need planks as well. So fair dinkum. First come, first serve at the lumberjack flag beavers. You need to be in there like bloody swimwear. Now let's get back in the house and hello beaver. And watch a beaver look stylish. But other than that, now come on Mr. Builder Beaver. Bang this bloody house in. Yeah, we are. We are beavers inside a house. And we could exit it if we wish. But if we exited it, then how else would we be able to see? Beavers coming here to kip when it's all night time. And that bloody big light coming on. Now, do beavers kip in the middle like they used to? No, they don't. Beavers simply disappear when they come in here. So, oh my beavers, teleport your asses back into the world. And we're gonna do that drought warning? Well, I was kind of hoping for a bloody bad tide, to be honest with you, peeps. But we'll just have to deal with the hand we're dealt, won't we? Just like we need to start thinking about pausing these 2 bad lads, because they're all backup breeding pods here. These are our 2 real breeding pods that we need to just have running all the time. Hence the berries and the water storage right next to it. But of course, we already know we've got 10 beavers hoosed. We've got the lantern in. We still are waiting on 2 logs to get the roof in. But I do believe we're going to end up getting this bad lad in. Why, aye, Builder Beaver. Get your log out of there. Rub it in the industrial planker's face, because they've got nen. And then gone ahead and build this bloody double shower. Ooh, and the leftover planks seem to be going into the big tank. Ooh, that's really good. We should get the cogger up and running during this drought. That's it. Our mission during this drought is to get this medium tank built. And maybe even sacrifice 99% of the resources on these 2 tanks and get another medium tank up and running. And you can see our foresters hard at work planting all the oaks they can. We're gonna need them. Plant as many as those paws will let you, pal. Now ye's not the drill by new peeps. We are far too close to the end for me not to right now go into speed 4 and pause it without pausing the game. Oh, that's what it's all about. And you know what? We're gonna go back to back. Double it up here. We're gonna pause it. I'm even gonna go on speed 5, so it's... Oh, bloody, that's how you do it! Now that has unfortunately brought us to the actual drought. Let's get this up to 1, because the last time we had a drought, we didn't manage to fill this whole river here, so I'm hoping the last of the water, pushing down the waterfalls, is enough to fill it up. And you know what, I couldn't think of a better way to find out if that will actually happen than going down here, following the water drying up and seeing where our bloody water level lies. You know what, that is better than it was last drought. The only issue is, we're a whole nother bloody cycle in, therefore, this drought is going to be a hell of a lot longer, or a day shorter. I'll take it. I will absolutely bloody take it. Right, now let's switch our jobs around. We've of course already paused the deep water pumps. There's no need having the industrial lumber mill up and running. And we have 0 planks. Fantastic. There will be no cogs made during this drought unless... Oh, I need to pause this and all. Bobby, I will let you finish your shower, but after that, the shower itself is getting bloody paused. Why can't I pause it? You can't pause the shower? What do you mean you can't pause the shower? What do you mean you can't pause the shower? Please tell me, oh, thankfully, I can just disconnect the shower while leaving. You know, it doesn't matter. I was going to say while leaving the industrial lumber mill connected, but it truly doesn't matter. Well, how did we deal with water storage, anywho? 0 to 15? So we could have at least 15 more. We're all topped up all the way up here, and all the way up here, though. So I really can't complain. Let's unpause our bonus sciences. And you know what? We need to sort this log situation out. Let's get a couple of more lumberjack flags down on this corner here. Just a couple, you know? Not crazy. But what I was thinking about before I got distracted by the Bobby taking a shower during a drought is we could theoretically build a second lumber mill up here. We could even casually connect it onto the side of the gear workshop so it shares its power. There you go, Beavers. New big old priority build for you. And let's preemptively turn this large power wheel down to 1 beaver. Oh, no, it'll have to be 2. Nah, we'll just run it underperforming. That's why we need the beavers. The beavers themselves are more important than getting 100% efficiency on the bloody workshop. Just don't mind the fact that this gatherer's been unpaused the entire episode, sitting on his horse staying out. All I would like you to pick up some more berries, mate. And since we still have 2 homeless beavers, I'm going to invest in some beaver row-hoosing. Get that plonked in. Of course it has to go off the side, because then it can enjoy the landing at its front door, you know? Now that is an actual maximum priority job, beavers. Let's bring this one down a bit. Not that there's any builders, because all of these will have been built, and we need to pause them as they get built. So let's sit over here while these get built, so I can pause at least 2 of them. Have 2 beavers knocking about, chomping down all the trees in this corner here, and allow the remaining builder beavers to bang in a brand new row house. And we've got Reek Roadie here, dropping off the last log for this entire house. However, they're not going to bang it in, because they're too bloody thirsty. Well, since the beavers had a bit of a slurp, they've banged the house in, and now they've turned their attention to banging the industrial lumber mill in. So I'm going to hang about here, maybe do a bit of a speedy up bit, maybe not. We might not be necessary the sheer efficiency that is our 1 district builders. And that was a mild speedy up bit, but we'll have a big old planker. We also need a beaver spinning a wheel while we're at it though. Otherwise, what's the point? And here's the builder, whacking around, oh so slowly, powering our well, they would be powering our big industrial lumber mill if the grafter was up here ready to bloody graft. Do you mind getting up to your workshop? There's a beaver spinning around, sweating his bloody chebs off. There we go. And I was going to say, you're not even bothering to make any planks. Now you can already see the inefficiency that is up here. So we need to get that sorted immediately. First off, water storage. Second off, bait storage. Now if we just so happen to have any beavers grow up and become builder beavers, well you can't script it 2 episodes in a row now, can you? I mean, we're doing R-read on my wood supplies up to 43, so I'm going to pause going to pause both of these, because they're both fairly full, and unpause old mate at the bottom here. That should leave us with 1 builder beaver. What? Second beaver went into the industrial lumber mill, because this is no longer a high priority job, MiGly, and you need to keep an eye on your gatherers with your berries, otherwise they sit on their rusty and out. Thankfully, that's not a problem anymore, because most of these are full. Well, in that case, let's get 2 beavers in the industrial lumber mill and a beaver in 1 district. And hang about, how many? 13! No! Builder beavers, pick those up. And also for now, we're not going to accept goods in this warehouse, because any wood that does get stored up there is now significantly out the way. Oh, we had 2 babbies grow up, so we got 3 builder beavers now. That's bloody perfect. We shall be able to get the bonus food and water in like nowt's a matter. We shall be able to pick up the scrap like nowt's a matter. But most importantly, we'll be able to get the gear workshop up and running. Which, yes, means bringing the industrial lumber mill back down to 1 beaver. Because this has to get up to 3 beavers. And I still want at least 1 builder beaver. Tell you what, like, we might have some permanently unpaused breeding pods, but we are still playing the bloody pause and unpause game here. And there's our 3 wheel pushers. We've got our gear workshop. Doing out, cause goosebumps all the way down here. What the blooming heck are ye doing? You are being a bloody hauler? Pal, you've got gears to be cracking along with. And guess who hasn't paused this bonus breeding pod? There's always going to be a breeding mishap on the MiGly Plays channel. Oh, just like we're getting a bit of a planting mishap. Unless, I don't think this is going to last us 6.5 days. We might just end up slurping it up, you know. We'll leave it as is. I might rejig what we're planting down here. Maybe. Oh, and Goosebomb's been grafting. He's got 2 whole cogs operational. And I am loving this hangabout. We're supplying way more power than we need. Let's get another beaver building away. I don't even care if we're 100% as long as we're up in the high 70s. And 81 is close enough to high 70s for me. And I'm officially dropping my arse, peeps. We're going to get planting some more kohlrabies in here. This site has just started scaring me because we've still got 6 days. And not a massive amount of kohlrabies. And we've got our building priorities all set up. So our gear workshop will just keep stocking up gears while our builder beavers bang in the warehouses. So when our farmers go ahead and fill up their kohlrabi storage, they can plonk them in here. And I'm starting to realise the issue with having little pods of food and water for your grafters is you also need bloody haulers. The only issue being, we don't even have any bloody haulers now, do we? And since we got 2 sprog pods permanently unpaused, it may well be a good time to get a bloody hauling post on the gun. That's another maximum priority job for your beavers. Now that's going to be a maximum priority workplace with only 2 workers in there. So it shouldn't get too bloody crazy. And I reckon this could be a cracking time for a wee speedy up bit. You can see the beavers spinning around up the top of the map there, keeping the cogger cogging and the planker planking. And you can see the builder beavers flying up and down the stairs, banging in all the planks and logs in that hauling post. As well as the beavers hanging out doing the campfire at night. It's a mad little angle, I bloody love it. But now that we've got our haulers doing a fantastic job keeping all of the prioritised by hauler boxes up and running, we need to set up the warehouses. So ye laddies are going to be obtaining goods from other warehouses. That includes this little pocket over here. And all of ye water laddies are going to be supplying goods to other warehouses. And for the food, this big old warehouse is the supply warehouse. Is there anything left to do? is spot that we've got a bloody injured beaver. Gosh, Mum, you are a true legend, and now you're bloody injured. Well, I suppose we need to hurry up and get some medical beds on the crack. And I know just the place for them. 2 of them up there, and 1 of them up there. Beavers, at least one of those is a maximum priority job. Do we have any? No, we don't. Looks like we're going down to 1 grafter in here. And now we should... Oh, no, we won't because of this. Look, temporarily, we're pausing the holding post completely just so we can have enough workers and a bloody builder so we can heal Goosebump because he's our first injured beaver. Oh, we got a second injured beaver. Oh, this is nae good. We've got Goosebump and Vamora all injured up. We absolutely... Oh, well, we don't have a builder anymore, do we? We need all 3 of these, and we need a temporary pause to the gear production. So we're getting 1 in the wheel, pausing that bad lad, because we still need planks to actually make the medical bed. So let's go and build our beavers. Please tell me I can build our beavers. Plural, thankfully. Oh, I've got no water. How long have I had no water? And we're pausing that lumberjack flag. We're pausing an inventor so we can keep with 2 beaver builders and get 2 beaver slurpers on the crack. When did I run out of water, peeps? Honestly, I have no words. That's what it is. I have no bloody words. Thankfully, there's still some water knocking about here. Is there enough to go underwater? No, there isn't. That means that we're going to just slurp this all the way up. And you know what? I reckon we should do an end of episode speedy up bit. Will we slurp the river dry before the tide changes? You know, I reckon we could have hit a turning point in one version here. We've got 2 sprog pods permanently unpaused. We've got out of season power operational. Barely, but still operational. We're planting plenty of mighty oaks that got a full episode's worth of hydration, mind you. They'll soon be grown up and supplying us with 8 logs a pop. But anywho, you now love to waffle in these end of episode speedy up bits, and I really shouldn't, otherwise it won't be a speedy up bit. Therefore, toodaloo!